Hong Kong right now.
Are you in Hong Kong? Oh.
Hold on, my boss is calling me. Hello?
This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max.
The iPhone 16 is packed with a new camera control button, new gestures, the action button, new customization, and other sweet new features, and I got the best.
So today we're going to be looking at both the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16.
This brand new button on the iPhone 16 is actually called the camera control, and let me show you everything it can do. Firstly, when you give it a hard press and let go, it instantly opens the camera, and if you press again, it'll snap a pic, just like a real camera. And if you press and hold, it'll start taking a video. As long as you're pressing, it'll film. Now, if you lightly press it once, check this out, it brings up the zoom control. And if you swipe your finger across it like a trackpad, it'll zoom in or out. So right is to zoom out and left is to zoom in. But you can also light press it twice to open up even more camera controls, like this depth of field effect for portrait shots, where you change the background blur essentially, just by swiping left or right. Of course, aside from zoom or your depth effect, you still get all your other camera controls right in here, like your exposure control, where you can easily adjust the light, the camera control where you can switch between the 3 different lenses, and even choose from new styles. By the way, all these gestures also work in selfie mode.
Okay, first up, let's take a look at the iPhone 16. Okay, so this year there's a few different colors. We talked about this in my last video, the teal, the ultramarine, black, white, and pink. So honestly, in the keynote, the ultramarine looked the best to me. And I was like, this is a sick blue. But when I went to the actual Apple briefing today, I looked at the ultramarine, fantastic color, don't get me wrong, but the teal actually caught my eye more. So I'm actually really glad that they hooked up the teal today. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what we're playing with here. Yeah, this is just how I remember it in the Apple event. Man, this thing looks so clean. I absolutely love how they've made the back of this matte as well with the iPhone 16. This thing is just, So right off the bat, you notice that there's this lighter teal color here, but then you have the slightly darker version over here, slightly darker hits on the actual camera lens bump here. And then you also have the slightly darker sides here, right? And you can see that really complements this whole two-tone look of this phone quite well. I think this year, and I'll share in this video why I think it is, but I think iPhone 16 is the one to get this year. But this might be it. So this is the 16 Plus, by the way. Sorry, I should have probably clarified that initially. But let's take a look at the size difference compared to my 15 Pro Max, and it's pretty much the same. Let's go ahead.
There are actually 2 ways you can customize the camera control. So the first one is you head into settings, then you go to accessibility, and in here you'll see this brand new camera control option. So once you go in here, you'll see that you can completely turn the camera control off if that's something you want to do. But if you prefer to use it, you can customize the press to activate on a lighter press or a more firmer press. So if you're worried about any accidental presses while holding your iPhone, you can set this to firm and it'll only activate when you press it hard. You can also adjust how long you want to press it for. So if you tap on slow, you can actually try it out straight away and see the difference between default, slow, or slower. But personally, I recommend you just keep it on default. Then it's kind of crazy that it took Apple this long. But if you tap and hold down on any app, you can now move it around like normal, but you can also move it to anywhere on the screen. It's about time. So here are a few designs I managed to come up with just to give you guys a bit of inspiration. Oh, and by the way, any theme you create automatically gets saved. So as soon as you switch to a new focus mode or a different theme, you'll notice the app icons change. So this really is a new level of customization when it comes to the iPhone, and you can come up with so many cool designs to really suit your taste and style. And what's also really cool about this new customization is that you can theme it to practically anything, like even your accessories. So for example, I have this sick white MagSafe power bank that just looks so cool with my design. It just clips onto the back so easily, and because it's super compact, it doesn't really feel like there's anything there. It's called the Qi 2 MagSafe battery pack from ESR, and it's great for extra power. Because in about 2.5 hours, this bad boy can take my iPhone from 0 to 85% without...
Is now the phone that I'm going to switch to. And do you want to know why I've been completely comfortable propping my phone up in all sorts of weird places to take the shots for this video? It's because of this, the Taurus O-Stand 360-degree spin case, our sponsor. So this case is not just a case. It's a case, MagSafe, it's a kickstand, and it's a grip. It's all of these things in one, and it actually does them all better than the separate individual gadgets. With the case having raised edges to protect every part of the phone, the grip being permanently locked into the phone, and the stand working perfectly for both vertical and horizontal use. But then they have the Glassgo X screen protector, which applies perfectly almost every single time, thanks to a mechanism that pulls out air from the center, shortening the distance that air needs to escape from. And it also perfectly highlights the new thinner screen borders on the iPhone, while being compatible with most cases and resistant to both scratches and 12-foot drops. Oh yeah, and I've managed to get
I'm running a little late, but I'm on my way.